We're going to have to get into it. I didn't realize how much I didn't like. I'm sorry. I don't know. For some reason, like, I know you were excited about it, but I just feel like it's a show. So now there's like so much more work to do. I got to like pay attention. And I'm like not the biggest fan. That's why I liked Romulus so much, because I didn't
have to be a fan.
I didn't have to be a fan. I questioned a lot of things as to like, I don't know if it was the acting or just like the choices they had to make for the script or something, but I really didn't like some of it.
I mean, this show is like an experiment. We've never had a TV show before. We've never had an alien story that's stretched out over like something like 8 hours long. It's always like a tight, concise movie. This is doing something totally different. I see the challenges with it too. Like, you have to be patient with it. I think if you're not nerdy about the alien universe, it'll be harder to connect to, which makes sense. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Most Potato Podcast. My name is Alvin.
I'm Jess.
And today we're going to be talking about Alien Earth, the highly anticipated show that I've been anticipating for like 6 years now.
I was like, who?
And that you've been anticipating as well, because you love Alien.
Not really. I mean, the Romulus one was really good, and I enjoyed watching the first one. I thought Prometheus was stupid.
Romulus was a banger, and that was a fun one to talk about, so you guys need to check out that episode that we did. That was what, like a year ago already? 2 years ago?
Yeah, maybe over a year. But that was really good. I liked that one.
And I was dying to watch this show. I remember reading about it for the first time, of them just developing the idea, and I was just like, I'm obsessed with the idea of an alien TV show. I have no idea what to expect, because it's like, okay, how do you make it interesting where you bring the alien to Earth? The scariest part was that you're trapped in this like murderous, like haunted house in space, but it's like an alien that's coming after you.
Maybe it's that they've done it how many times already?
I know, but I think there's so many ways to keep it fresh there that I feel like if you bring it to Earth, you could easily mess it up and make it cheesy, which they've done with Alien versus Predators. I know you haven't seen those movies. No. You don't need to.
Really?
I went to the theater for both. I don't know why.
Oh, wow.
So I'm really excited to see that we're focusing on an evil company trying to collect aliens. Now we're just here just like chasing after aliens like they're Pokemon in a building.
I mean, they kind of have so many different ones. A little eyeball one.
The eyeball one's freaky. Oh,
buggy, sluggy ones.
Those are I hate the leech ones.
Oh, and then you have the face hugger ones.
The face huggers, and then like the floral plant one that was hanging upside down. There was like a plant one.
I feel like I missed that one.
You've seen that like twice. I replayed that episode like 3 times, and you were in the vicinity.
The vicinity. Just define the vicinity.
As you can see, folks, she's very dedicated to watching this show.
I don't know, for some reason, like, I know you were excited about it, but I just feel like it's a show, so now there's like so much more work to do. I gotta like pay attention, and I'm like not the biggest fan. That's why I liked Romulus so much, because I didn't have to be a fan. I didn't have to be a fan. I did watch the original movies before that too, just to like kind of prep and get an idea, but I just like that it was in this little
it's self-contained. You don't have to watch the previous
I don't have
ones.
to worry about next episode and world building and yeah, and for like the first episode too, I questioned a lot of things as to like, I don't know if it was the acting or just like the choices they had to make for the script or something, but I really didn't like some of it.
It doesn't feel grounded to our reality. It feels like they're acting like not regular people. Yeah. A lot of them don't have regular reactions the way that we would have regular reactions to what's going on. I think that's like the weird disconnect, because I sometimes feel that too. I'm just like, why is this person, specifically Joe, why are you picking up a baseball after you just got low-key assaulted by an alien?
Got slaughtered.
And the first thing you do is you go pick up a baseball and be like, my dad used to call this man Mr. October.
And then when these two kids walk in, you're just like, oh yeah, you're talking to her about baseball.
There's an alien on the loose that tried to kill you.
I think that kind of just annoys me, and maybe
there's moments like that that's just like,
what? There's a reason for them doing that or whatever, but I don't really like it. So
I have an easier time digesting it than you, but I don't blame you for being turned off by that, because it low-key is stupid as fuck.
There are other parts where I I'm interested and I think they're good, like with Morrow and Slightly, that whole interaction between them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that. I think I keep thinking about that when I think about the show more than Wendy and her brother.
Yeah, that's like the most interesting thing to me right now.
That's the thing I've latched onto. I don't even care about the, rich guys' phone calls with other rich loser people in charge. But yeah, I'll keep watching. I feel like you're forcing me to. So.
I'm not. I'm literally just turning it on, whether you're in the room or not.
No, I'm messing. Yeah, no, I'll keep watching and see. I hope that it picks up to the point where I do like it more.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to have to get into it. I didn't realize how much I didn't like. I'm sorry.
We're just going to get into spoilers right now. We're going to review the first 3 episodes, just give our first impressions, because there's a lot to digest here. We legit don't talk about this show after we watch, because I'm the one that's like glued into the TV.
He like rewatched everything over, I think, 2 times.
Just because there's episodes are long and there's a lot of details that I miss easily.
Yeah.
And then you are just like on your Switch or like collecting the boo-boos, and then while watching the show, and you're just like, why is this person doing this? I'm like, babe, this happened 5 minutes ago. What do you mean?
If anyone wants to buy a Labubu, I'll put the link down in this video. So yeah, make my money.
Make it an alien Labubu, alien theme.
Oh, we should customize them. That'd be cute. Okay, sorry, continue. The first 2 episodes, What
didn't you like? I'm curious.
I felt like some of the choices characters made were kind of ridiculous, and then
I could see that.
Also, when there was like imminent danger, like the alien or just something was off, they weren't really focused on it. They were just like focused on something else, like a distant memory, or
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
or just they were just focused on the wrong things, and they didn't really seem to have a fear. Some characters had fear where it was just like, okay, that makes sense, and then some people were just like, oh, this is nothing. I don't know. I didn't like it. It seemed really strange to me. I know like a lot of the characters that we were introduced to at the beginning, they don't have all the details of like, what's going on. There was like a spaceship crashing, and then we know that there's aliens on board the spaceship or whatever, but maybe they don't. But I just still felt like even when the spaceship was crashing, there was like a delayed reaction to it. It seemed so...
Yeah, I did sense that too. They're just like, you're looking at a spacecraft that's like...
way too low.
And you're taking a while to be like, call it in!
Yeah.
Call it in!
No, he yelled call it in when it crashed through like 10
Joe?
buildings. Yeah, Joe. And I was just like, what? It was such a weird... I don't know.
I've noticed some of the weird acting inconsistencies.
Yeah,
it is kind of weird. I do notice that as well. I think it's weird. I don't think it brings my overall enjoyment down, but it doesn't. It sticks out to me, and it's noticeable.
Yeah, I think that's my problem, is that it's very noticeable. And then like the characters that we know that we have, like the hybrids, I know that they're supposed to be like kids.
Yeah.
But there's just like I don't know. It's just, I'm not liking the acting so much. I think I'm liking the story, but I also have questions as to the alien too. I don't know if there's like another one, if that was like just the only like big one, full grown one on the ship. I don't like what they have it doing either, really. I don't know. It's like he's playing with his food or something, and I kind of just...
Sometimes it does that,
yeah. I'm like, you can do that once in a while if there's like a plan to kill, but it's just... I don't know.
How do you feel about the Wendy character specifically? She's like our protagonist, who's once again the female lead. Just like in every alien property, we need a female lead. Yes. But this time it's a synthetic. It's a robot that has a human consciousness uploaded, which I thought was really cool. I like that concept, but I don't know what to make of her yet, because I feel like we're still learning about her in these couple of episodes. So what did you think about her so far?
I don't know. Because they're calling them hybrids, so I don't want to fully call her like a synthetic.
Yeah, she's technically a synthetic, but she's more than that.
Yeah, because you said like they basically downloaded like a human person's...
Yeah.
I don't like... Does she... Okay, hold on. No, because...
She said, fuck this show.
No, because I thought it was really interesting how they have sick children, and they are the only ones that can do this transition, or like this process of being transferred into these synthetic bodies. So I guess that would be, but the mind is there. So if it's like, if the mind's there, isn't that technically like a soul kind of put into
That's like
this,
the major question that this show is trying to wrestle with.
Which I like that so far, you know. I like that. So when Wendy, she's kind of annoying, but I think all of them are annoying, and I think it's just because they're kids.
Yeah.
So I don't really have like a really real opinion on her. She is getting bits and pieces of her past life, like she's remembering things, or she knows she has a brother and she wants to reach out to him, and there's like this longing, something that a synthetic wouldn't really have. They're just programmed to have a task and do something. So I'm really curious about that, which happens pretty quickly, where she reconnects with that brother.
Which some people have complained about, that it's too fast, but I'm like, dude, we have 8 episodes. We need to get the ball rolling
I'm like,
on the
this shit
relationship.
could get canceled. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But
I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with how quickly, because then they kind of do like these little bit of flashbacks to her she's been watching him, and she's been somehow able to interact with him through like cameras that are set up like.
I don't get that. I can't wait for them to discover what that's about. Because even the scientists are like, "Do we give her that?"
Yeah, I'm like, how do you give someone that? Like, what do you mean? Did you give her that? But that's really interesting. So I feel like the concept of the hybrid, what it means. Are they synthetic? Are they human but better? But the thing is, they can live forever. They're super strong, super fast. Will they be able to learn and take stuff? Do they download information to them like they would do a synthetic? Or do they have to learn? Like, you know, are they going to do that? Because the whole reason that they're created anyways, because of some like rich guy, he just wants to have a conversation with someone who's smarter than him. But I'm like, you downloaded children into these bodies. So were they ever that smart? They have to grow still. I mean, they're already full bodied, but they have to grow. And I like, there was a scene, I think that was still episode 1, after they transferred I forget, what's her name, Marcy, or the little girl before she became
Marcy.
Wendy.
Yeah, Marcy.
She was Marcy before they after they transfer her, she was having a conversation with the 2 people who were like her caretakers or close to her, and they were talking about, I think, like her hormones and like upping them and saying, oh, at this stage you should be feeling more of these things. So I was like, what exactly should she be feeling? Like, is it like should she be like a raging teenager or something like that?
Yeah, because she's in a grown adult body.
Yeah, so I know they were doing everything gradually. So I was really fascinated by that whole process and what they would make of that. So that was interesting to me. But as for the character itself, and I know there's like 4 or 5 other hybrid kids that they do the transfer for. I don't have a real opinion on them, except maybe the one that she teams up with to go looking for her brother. I forget what his name is. Slightly. He's funny.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
We're not kids. Yeah. We're not kids.
I like that because it's just like, I know he is like a kid, and I'm like, he's really funny and just very gullible, and like I want to protect him, but he's also like really just stupid. I'm just like, oh my God, why did you let these kids like leave the nest yet? You know? But what did you think? Do you like feel anything about any of the characters in particular that you like or dislike?
I like Wendy so far. I really like that she's really curious, and she's really like, honestly, she just don't give a fuck. Like, she just does whatever she does.
And says whatever, really, too.
And I respect that because, one, she's working for an evil ass company, so I don't give a shit what order she's under. Like, if she's going to do anything for her brother, I'm just gonna support it. Fuck it. I respect that. And like you, like, I'm still trying to make of her, like, just what exactly is this person? I feel like we're seeing someone grow rapidly in these couple of episodes. Yeah. But so far, I'm just liking her resolve that she's doing everything just so that she could be with her brother. Because I can't imagine what kind of trauma you must feel having basically been in a body that was dying. And then now you're in a new body that's not human, where you're never going to get old. You're never going to age. And you don't have to worry about dying unless, like, you get broken physically. Yeah. That has to really, like, take a toll on your psyche. And I'm waiting to see how that settles into her a little bit more. But I'm so far, I'm liking her. I mean, she does make, like, dumb, stupid decisions. But I expect that from, like, an 11-year-old kid. Like, every one of these synthetics are kids. Like, if anything, I'm just annoyed at the adults that thought this program was a good idea of just putting kids' minds in really expensive, really, like, super powered bodies. I'm just like, I don't know how I felt about sending kids into a crumbled building to retrieve alien life forms that you know nothing about.
That you told them nothing about. They can't.
No debriefing because you don't know what's in there.
Yeah, they didn't even have any like guns or anything. They just came in with some like sticks and like.
She's the only one with a weapon. All the other kids don't have anything.
I'm like, what did you? I know they're super strong and super fast, but
you don't know what you're dealing with here. And then sure enough, we see like the Xenomorph can still tear through like all kinds of metal and stuff. But the Wendy character is cool. I really love, like, I think in episode 1 or 2, where you see the setup of the relationship between her and her brother Joe, where she's constantly watching him on monitors. Yeah. You see flashbacks of them watching Ice Age. You see Sid from Ice Age fade into the background and then fade back out. Like, it's already being memed, and I love that shit. I think they did a really good job of giving us enough with this character in these first 2 or 3 episodes for me to feel like I'm rooting for her. I'm just curious where she goes next, because I feel like she's going to be sympathetic towards the aliens based on how she's behaving, because again, later she's having like the really painful sensations in her ears where she's hearing the cries of the alien eggs whenever they're like doing like science experiments on them. Yeah. And that takes me back to the scene in episode 1, like the opening scene with the scorpion, where first Marcy tells Kirsh to kill the scorpion because it just looks like this creepy thing. Yeah. And then scares her. Yeah. And Kirsh tells her, well, what if I kill the scorpion and then his friends come and try to defend me? Like, is that okay? And then
he's the villain.
Yeah, we'll get into Kirsh soon, but I'm skeptical of him. Yeah. Because later on, before she goes to her transition, she asks, actually, no, Kirsh asks, do you want me to kill the scorpion or do you want me to let it live? And she just says, let it live. Yeah. Don't kill it. And I feel like that's hinting at the end of the season where I think she's low-key going to save the aliens. I don't know if I don't think she's going to let them loose into like planet Earth, because continuity wise it wouldn't make sense with the movies, but I feel like she's gonna at least send these aliens back out into space. That's like my weird theory that I have right now.
I just hope they appreciate it, because I feel like those motherfuckers just be killing anybody for no reason, honestly.
Yeah,
but I don't know if they got much of a brain, but
yeah,
they just be laying eggs, and they just like some deadbeat daddies instead of just laying eggs and just going.
And then going back to Boy Kavelier, you mentioned his desire to make a person that's smarter than him, because he's so bored and feels like he doesn't meet anyone smarter than him.
Rich people problems, like, damn, like...
It's goofy, but at the same time, I love stuff like this. I love when a villain has like just a twisted motivation that you wouldn't see like in everyday life, and that's what makes it interesting. Is
it's like, you don't want to sell these, make more billions and trillions or whatever.
He could easily do. That's not the hard part for him.
I know, that's what. So he's just like, nah.
He's just bored.
I want a good conversation.
I think that's insane. But I really like that motivation, and it just feels very sci-fi. This is trying to be more of like what Prometheus and Alien Covenant was trying to do, which is like exploring the truth of immortality and where did these aliens come from, which I always hated that Ridley Scott wanted to explain where the Xenomorph came from, because I'm just like, they're like fucking animals, dude. They just came from evolution. Yeah. And I love that the showrunner Noah Hawley, during the interviews before the show came out, he said, yeah, I'm gonna ignore that shit. I'm just gonna say that these creatures, they came from evolution. They weren't created because of a demented android that wanted to be God. I was just like, thank you, please just ignore the stuff that didn't work in previous movies. I know there's like fans that care about that stuff. Yeah. But I'm like, listen, none of the movies are even like super directly connected with each other. This is not the MCU. So I love what the showrunner's doing, which is he's exploring a philosophical discussion with the 3 main subgroups of like robots. We have the synthesizers, the synthetics. Yeah. There's a cyborg now, which I think that's new. I don't think that's ever come up in this world before. Okay. And then the hybrids. I love that the main characters are not even really fully human. They're like robotic in some aspects. For him to be like, I'm so bored with humans that I'm just going to make a robot that could challenge me mentally. I like that idea, and I'm curious as to how they're going to develop that as well. Like, is he actually going to make one of these robots actually challenge him? Because I
mean, I feel like that's just going to be Wendy and just the choices that she may make with the aliens. But I mean, I like that. It can be as philosophical as it wants to be, but I feel like there's too many things going on. You have Wendy and her brother. You have this bored rich guy. You have the other hybrids. Then you have the cyborg is that Morrow. You have him doing something else, and I feel like nothing's like really grabbing. I'm not really catching on to anything right now. Maybe I will. I am finding some things interesting, but I just feel like there's so much going on, and it's only 3 episodes in. The first 2 episodes was a lot to take in.
It was a lot of setup, yeah.
And then episode 3, things started happening, and I'm just like, I don't know what to really latch on. I know you're supposed to latch on to everything as a whole, because it's most likely all going to come together. I don't know. I would have preferred just a movie that was very, controlled and centered on, like, one of the many things that we're getting in the series so far. So I know we have probably, 5 more episodes to go. I'm hoping that we can, like, maybe slow down a little bit, so that way we can cover stuff, or maybe it's just slowing down for me, but I'm enjoying it. I just don't think I'm like a big Alien fan, so I'm not invested. How do you feel about the Alien so far? Because I don't know, I said earlier that I'm not liking how I feel like it's playing with its food a little bit too much, and I don't feel like there's much of a plan. I feel like they're trying to say, like, I don't know, I shouldn't say the alien is, I don't know, connecting to Wendy maybe, or Joe, because I'm like, Joe is a regular human guy.
Yeah.
He should be dead. Like, why is he still alive when the alien literally captured him, chased him, all this stuff, glued him to a wall, waited for Wendy? Like, what is going on? What's so special about Joe, except that he's the main character's brother, and she had a whole journey to go find him and reconnect him?
Honestly, I keep thinking about it, and I think that's it. It's just plot armor. Because the alien kills everyone else, like, immediately.
Yes.
And then with Joe, it's just like, all right, buddy, let's go. Let's do this. I'm gonna whip you over here. I'm gonna lash you over there. I'm gonna flip you around and just grill you real quick. Oh. And then glaze just the back a little bit.
Oh, the buns.
Yes. And yeah, I agree that it bothers me how they treat the Xenomorph with the Joe character specifically. And I think it's just to, like, create more tension and drama, because it's surrounding, like, the main character's brother, and you just never know what they're going to do with a character. But I've noticed a lot that, I think this happens in almost every movie. It's like there's always moments where the alien kills everyone else instantly, and then the main character is the one that gets drawn out the most.
Do you think it's because no, Joe's not even really doing much, but I feel like in those ones, the main character is the one really, like, thinking and putting up a fight? And is it like Predator, where it's just like, oh shit, this might be like the next best person I could fight up against?
The Predator there is a different situation. They actually think...
yeah, I know. I was like, is the alien doing that? Because I do notice, like, in some movies, like, we were following the main character, and we have to follow that person, so that's why they're not dead yet. But I just, from before Wendy even finds him, the alien's kind of just, like, staying back, creeping. I'm like, can we just, I don't want to kill him, but can we just kill him?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think most of the time it's just plot armor reasons. It's just because we need to keep this guy alive, and we have to build up tension. But later on, like, I think eventually when the alien builds a trap, it's because it's trying to, like, impregnate, like, but then the facehuggers don't come around either. So it's like, why are you sticking this guy in the back of a truck?
Yeah.
So I like the alien for the most part. I think it does what it's supposed to do. It's just, I notice a lot that it tends to play with Joe specifically.
Yeah, you saying that it's trying to impregnate, was it going to put something in Joe, or do you think it was trying to put something in Wendy? Because it seemed like it was luring Wendy.
I think it didn't know what to do with Wendy, because it senses that Wendy's not an organic body. Yeah. Because remember, like, every time we see a scene of an alien egg reacting, there's always somebody that's either fully human or partially human. That's when the egg starts to, like...
None of the hybrids have been around it?
Well, remember Slightly, and Smee. They were the ones that were like covering the eggs. But they never react. They don't react until Morrow shows up. And then you see, like, the egg starting to unfurl.
But he's a cyborg.
Yes, cyborg. Half robot, half human. There's human parts to him. Yeah. So he's got mechanical parts. This. Remember in episode 2 when in the hotel, or not the hotel, it's like this apartment building where, like, after, like, all the rich assholes get killed off, Morrow shows up, tries to capture the alien, then the soldiers come and just completely derail his plan of recapturing the alien. All those soldiers get killed immediately.
Yeah.
And then the Xenomorph sneaks up to Morrow, and it's like deciding basically, like, do I attack this person or do I not? It takes so long. It treats it differently the way that it treats Joe. Joe is fully human. He should just be dead.
Yeah.
I feel like with Morrow, the alien couldn't decide whether to attack it or not before it gets distracted by someone else. And then later on, when Morrow makes his escape, standing like right by the eggs.
Yeah, and it starts to...
And you see Kirsh come up to him, and he goes like, you better do something, or else that egg is going to do something to you. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's trying to tease that he still is human enough.
Yeah.
And I think it's really ironic that of all the things that could recognize Morrow as a human, it's like this deadly, lethal creature from space. Like, it's the only thing that kind of treats it as like a human being. Because they only react whenever there's an organic body around.
Yeah.
When Kirsh is around, they do nothing.
Yeah.
Wendy, Smee, any of the other synthetics or hybrids, they don't react at all because there's nothing organic about their bodies.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing with like the mythology of the aliens. I love that they keep trying to do new things, whether it's like a new movie or a new series, because there's always different things, and there's no point in trying to follow continuity across the movies because every director does their own thing. I really like the idea that the alien seems to only want to attack animals, humans, anything that it could impregnate.
Yeah.
Because that's also a concept in Alien Isolation. Robots are safe.
Yeah.
Basically,
I see when you're playing that.
Oh, God, so frustrating. So, yeah, and then like the new aliens is really exciting too. I just wish I kind of want to know more about them sooner than later because we got the eyeball alien. And the leech one, which is your favorite, the one that gets really big after sucking your blood.
Oh, okay. Now keep going. Go keep talking shit.
The flora, fauna, plant thing that's like hanging upside down.
I missed that. I don't know how I missed that.
That one was creepy. That one like opened up and it was staring at Toothless, the other hybrid that's like really curious. It would just like watch him, but it wouldn't do anything to him.
Yeah.
So I think all of these creatures to some degree are looking for organic beings, except the eyeball. The eyeball attacked the red-haired hybrid. So I don't know if it just didn't know that it was like non-human. Because I'm wondering if she just let the eyeball attach to her, would it actually achieve anything?
Probably not.
Because I don't know what it was doing to that cat. Remember the CGI cat?
Oh, yeah.
So I think it only needs organic things. Like all these aliens need organic things.
I'm going to have to watch this show. Sounds interesting.
You're upsetting me.
I'm sorry.
Did you watch enough to get an opinion of Kirsh?
I don't like
the
him.
synth?
He's a villain. I know it. Yeah, there's always been something off about him since he's first introduced.
I think he's too sketch. I don't think he's a good android. I think he's one of like the more like sinister ones.
Yeah.
We just don't know what his goal is. I feel like he's cooking up something. Because for now, I feel like he's playing it safe. Like he protects boy Kavelier from almost getting fucking face huggered later in episode 3. So it's like, I feel like he's playing along just to get along. But I really wonder if he has like a secret goal.
I feel like he does. There's something going on there.
Because all of the androids have always been like good or bad. Like we had like the one in the first movie where he knew about the alien. And so he had to like try to kill all the crewmates.
Yeah.
And then in the second Alien movie, Bishop, our favorite one, he legit gets attacked by the Alien Queen because he's trying to protect Ripley and everyone. So I love that they just constantly change up what the android is like. I feel like this one, he's definitely sinister. I just don't know what degree of sinister.
Because you don't know what his goal is. I think that's like the main thing.
And I don't trust his eyebrows. Like, he's got some evil bleached white eyebrows that I just do not trust. I like that he has like this sassy relationship with the kids. He's like not just a mentor, but like a babysitter that gets annoyed. Yeah. There's like at one point where Toothless is like trying to touch the screen and he's just like, watch with your eyes. This dude is funny. So I like that he has a personality too. Yeah. Morrow, I think he's a really fascinating character. You said you don't have much of an opinion on him yet, right?
He's annoying. Like,
what makes him annoying?
Because he's just like anything from Mother, basically. Like it's just so annoying. I didn't like from the moment I saw him at the beginning when he he doesn't lock the girl out, but she's locked out, and she's like, open up the door, and he's like calm, chill. and just
was he calm though?
Well, he wasn't. He was like he was sweating, right?
He was bleeding sweat, basically, profusely sweating.
He was like sweating, but like he just had the goal and the focus, and like nothing else mattered. I was just like, is this motherfucker for real? Like, come on, like, what are you doing? So from that moment, I didn't like him. Then the alien bust through, and then he was just drooled on and just freaked out. So I was just like, what is this guy's deal? Yeah. And then later on with him trying to catch the alien, he just locked up those two human guys that he first like met, and he just handcuffed them and he left them there. I was like, what was the purpose? I mean, obviously he's like got to make sure no one tells anybody about like what's going on the ship. And they can't get that out because he has one goal and one goal only. And I'm just like, you're just a problem. That's what I think of him. I'm like, you're just a problem.
Of course, he works for Weyland-Yutani, the main villain of the universe.
Yes, so I'm like, there's so much more going on in the show. I can't have you doing this right now because like the aliens killing people and then you are killing people. Why? Like, what? Are you still going to be able to complete your mission? Like, this is a whole shipwreck.
Morrow crashing the spaceship, I thought was really good exposition for him because they basically played out a whole alien movie in like 5 seconds. We didn't have to see the whole crew in the ship getting attacked again
because we know how it goes.
We know how it goes. I don't know if people dislike that or not. I personally thought it was great because we were focused on the Morrow character and trying to figure out what makes this guy tick. What is this guy's MO? Why is this cyborg sweating but like still looking calm? He's honestly scared of like the Xenomorph because later on you see again like in that the apartment complex when the alien is trying to decide whether to kill it or not, he's still like having human reactions. He's like breathing hard, holding his breath. He has no idea what to expect. They do a lot of build up with this character with very little dialogue. I like that Morrow is low-key trying to be best friends with Slightly, but not really.
He ain't trying to be best friends. He's manipulating the shit out of that baby.
He is, and I honestly don't blame him. Morrow's story is so tragic because he's a human that turned himself into a cyborg so he could get a job to work for Weyland-Yutani. This motherfucker was gone from Earth 65 years. So when he calls his boss, he thinks he's talking to Weyland Senior, like the grandmother, and it's like, nah, this is Weyland Junior. You've been gone 65 years, and I need you to come back to the headquarters so we could debrief. He's like, nah, I've lost my family, I've lost my home, I've lost everything, and this mission is the only thing I have. So I'm bringing back these damn aliens. Which I was surprised at because I didn't think the CEO of Weyland-Yutani was going to allow something like that. She's like, you better get your ass back here. He's like, no, I'm not. It's like, this is my only purpose.
So she couldn't just fire him, take him off payroll or something.
Press like a button on a remote to turn him off. So I think Morrow is honestly the most fascinating character to me right now because one, we've never seen a cyborg. And I think that concept right here is like the most interesting. Not to say that Wendy isn't interesting. I like the hybrids, but there's something about Morrow still being partially human that like just hurts a little bit more. Like this dude was really gone for like so many years. He doesn't age, which is crazy. Like he has like a robotic arm that can transform into a weapon, so he can't age either. Well, technically no, he didn't age because he was in a sleeping pod.
He was also getting into the pods as well. Right?
Yeah.
That wasn't just for show.
Yes. It wasn't to pretend. And I love that Morrow is clearly struggling with his identity. He's having an existential crisis when he sees the hybrids because he's low-key like being meta. He's like judging the acting of these hybrids. He's like, why are you acting like kids right now?
That's what I'm saying.
And then he's kind of shook when he has the idea like, oh, these are kids. They're just uploaded into like this synthetic body. He starts retelling the scenario, which is him like crashing his ship, telling Slightly, what would you do in this scenario if you're given an order where the computer tells you that your crew is expendable and you need to bring back this life form and you can't, and then he pauses. No, you don't save these people. And I love that he did that moment because that just reveals that he has the option to save people if he wants to, but he's choosing the objective instead. And I love that like little moments. Like, I didn't catch it the first time. I think the second time I rewatched episode 3 is when I caught that. Just like if you pay attention to the way that these characters like talk or move, it tells you a lot about what they're actually thinking.
Yeah.
Yes, he's doing this awful thing of manipulating this child robot so that he could get more information on where he could get the aliens back. But he's also doing it for his own personal gain to get a better understanding of how human am I? Like, do I still have humanity
that's
left?
What he asked slightly too.
You brought up that question earlier.
Where they had that little interaction when he first met, and he was just like, when does a machine stop being a machine?
I like that question. There's like so many answers you could think
And
of.
Slightly's just like, I don't know, it's only my third day out here. Like, you know, I thought that was really interesting because you could see like Morrow's really struggling with himself and you know what his purpose is. Like he's really like, I need to finish this mission basically, and it's just like, but why now? Like,
that's what I asked myself, because I wanted to ask you, like, do you think he's doing it just for the company, or do you think he's doing it for his own personal thing? Like maybe he has his own hidden agenda as well. The way that I think Kirsh might have something.
But I can't imagine what Morrow's hidden agenda would be
with the aliens.
With the aliens, you know?
It's my new kids.
I really feel like it's just like I gave my life. I had this mission, and now you're telling me no? Like,
I'm not doing that.
I feel like it's just he needs to finish, and he needs to feel like everything that he gave up, it was for a reason, that it meant that it was worth it. Yeah. You know? So, but he's told he doesn't have to or no to come back. So I really feel like it's just he's basically at the breaking point where he's just like, no, I'm going to finish this because this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I gave my whole life away. And this is why I lost everything was for this. It could just be that. Yeah. And I feel like that would be okay if it's as simple as that. Because, like, we have the rich guy just saying, I did all of this shit so I could raise a smarter person than me.
To wrinkle my brain.
Yeah, like, to have good conversation. So if he can do that stupid shit, then Morrow could have this. I don't feel like it's stupid at all. I feel like it's just really a person.
I buy it more. Like I feel more sympathetic towards that.
Exactly.
Especially considering we didn't even touch on the fact that planet Earth is run by 5 companies. There's no longer government. The companies are the government, which is extremely dystopian. Imagine Disney Plus owns you.
Anyways,
imagine you're in a custody battle between Disney and Google. and just every single time you see a character that, like, the only positions that you see them holding are like with companies, whether they're like a soldier, a medic, or they just have like robots doing like a lot of labor that you don't see humans doing anymore. Like when Joe wants to speak to like a human representative, like it's like today's age of like, can I get a representative?
Yeah, I know. I just be on the phone, representative.
There are no humans working that anymore.
I hate that.
And then you have people like Morrow who give themselves up to like give up their humanity so that they can have some sort of income, some sort of purpose or something. Because what options do you have? Like, do we have like artists? Do we have musicians? Do we have anyone doing?
It's kind of like Mickey 17.
It's a lot like Mickey 17, where it's like there's very shortage like of labor, and the only jobs that you have are like really hard, just dehumanizing labor. Morrow is a victim of that, and I think I'm sympathetic towards him. Like, yeah, he's working for an evil company, but I can't imagine he had many options.
Do you think him and Wendy are going to team up?
I low-key want them to do like a little duo Avengers thing going on. It's just like recognize each other's humanity and just be like, fuck Wayland and fuck Prodigy. That would be dope. I'm really curious to see where they take the Morrow character, because I really want to see if he can pull off bringing back the aliens on his own, which I don't know how. There's like 5 different species of them, and they're multiplying.
Yeah.
And I really want to see if he develops more of a different relationship with Slightly. Like, if he actually starts to care for him, because it's also helping him like discover himself and learn more about himself.
Like that could totally be a possibility, because when they first meet, I forget what he was asking Slightly, and what's the other kid's name that was with him? Smee. They were just like, oh yeah, you know, like if it was from my parents, and he was just like, you guys think you had parents? And that was like a whole.
It's when he asked like, would you kill someone?
Yeah.
And yeah, they specifically say to defend someone that we love.
Yeah, they were like, you know, if I was defending like my parents, and he's just like, y'all really think y'all have parents? And then that whole thing was just like, you guys are kids, and him, all that stuff clicking. Yeah. So I think that would honestly that'd be cute and interesting if he
could have his own kids.
Yeah, if he has that sort of connection, then maybe he wouldn't have lost everything. You know, he'll get something back.
Oh, that sounds sweet. You know, we should be writing this. But I feel like that low-key may be too optimistic for a show like this.
Too
but
wholesome.
but I mean they could also easily pull it off. I like that idea. And now I have also another theory thanks to you. I think that Morrow is going to be a surrogate father to these hybrids. They're going to run off into the distance, into the sun.
Better than Kirsh or whatever the hell his...
Kirsh is, yeah, he's funny. I love that I don't know where the story is going right now. That might be frustrating for some people, but for me personally, I'm liking the development of the characters because I feel like the plot moves forward whenever the characters change and change their decisions. We get that curly girl that goes up to Boy Kavelier and she's like, "Can I be your new favorite?"
He's just like... I don't know, like...
Can you, bitch?
You be? Like, yeah, like... Yeah, there's, like, some jealousy going on and people question stuff about Wendy.
Yeah.
And they're just like, well, Wendy was the first, so that's why she, you know... Which I guess would make sense, but I feel like Wendy's going to fall out of his favor, and then she can take that slot. Because she rebels. But she won't be good enough. Mm-hmm. Wendy is probably the one that's, you know, smarter, like more... Yeah, there's just something more about her that's interesting.
The curly character switching up on Wendy like that felt kind of random, because I think that goes to your point of your complaint of not feeling like you're getting to know enough about some of these characters. Curly legit doesn't have much of like a personality or goal up until this episode on episode 3, where she's just like, yeah, listen, like, fuck Wendy, I gotta be your favorite because I actually like to think about stuff. She cares about her stupid brother.
Yeah.
And I actually like to learn. Like, I learned French for you like a week ago.
He's like,
Je parle français.
He's like, that's cool. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, she was totally... I was like, wait, what? What's her deal? Why is she, like, being like this? Is she just...
It just came out of nowhere. That's like my one complaint.
Then you had the redhead with the stupid face, Nibs.
Stupid face.
Yeah, she just always just like...
She looks like she's always gonna break out into tears.
Yeah, I'm like, just close your mouth, girl. Like, what's wrong? Like, I don't know. She was really...
She asked some interesting questions this episode too. She was like, why does Wendy get to pick her own name? Why are we called the Lost Boys if half of us are like girls? And why Peter Pan? So
she should ask the
I thought she was going to be the one to be like, I'm jealous and I want to be the favorite. But then Curly comes out of nowhere. It's like, nah, I want to be the favorite.
Because when she was being transferred to the bot, she was transferred to her body, and I think then she was watching the other kids get transferred. There was like a look on her face, which made me wonder what she's thinking about this whole process. Because I don't know if they explained to Wendy exactly what was going to happen. Yeah. So she was prepared for it. I would like to have seen like how they sat down with these other kids, or did they just say, we're going to make you better, get on this table and sleep? Is that how it happened and they just woke up like this? Because it seems like that's kind of how it happened for them. Like there was no explanation of how we were going to make you better. They were just like, oh, Wendy, can you like, you know, be a big sister? I felt like she was just showing like, hey guys, I was sick like you and now I'm this. Yeah. And I don't think they fully understood what was going to happen to them, and now it's happening to them, and they seem a lot more childlike and innocent than Wendy was even before she, you know, did the transfer. Yeah.
And again, some of these are younger kids, so I feel like they'll have a harder time grasping the full ramification of transitioning to a synthetic. And I feel like that you can't blame the kids for how they react. Like, I like that finally Curly has like some sort of motivation. I don't like that she's going against Wendy, but I kind of get it. Yeah. Because all these kids are also trying to like figure out their purpose, and they're kind of left in the dark because they're just being told what to do. And with Wendy, she gets special privilege. So I'm curious to see what they do with Curly. I kind of hope that they don't keep her as like a low-key antagonist to Wendy. I want all the kids to just team up on Boy Kavelier, because he's just a piece of shit. Like, he's really just playing with God just so that he could entertain himself. Yeah. And I don't think you could handle someone smarter than him. I think once he finds somebody that is smarter than him, I think he'll get upset.
I'm like, what then? That's what I wish that woman asked him at that point. I don't know if she did, but I was like, so, okay, they become smarter than you. You have great conversation, or there's something you don't know. What then? Yeah. What do you do then?
Because the conversation they had is like, she made this comment of basically saying, you need to think about these kids becoming. You're only thinking of like their end goal of what they could be to like in terms of like as a tool. And Boy Kavelier is not interested in that at all. He just wants to speed up the process of like, how do I make the best possible robot that will entertain me? He's not interested in seeing them grow the way that this woman is. And she acts very motherly towards these robots. I wonder if we'll get more backstory on her. She wants to maintain their humanity while Boy Kavelier just wants somebody to be like the new breakthrough thing. And I feel like eventually he'll just get bored of that too.
I'm like, why didn't you just build a robot and put all the AI in it, and then it'll...
Well, he mentioned something about that. He said AI is just computation. It's not someone that's actually thinking. That's information that we put up for them.
Yeah.
I want someone that can actually generate ideas and push me.
You gotta get him Jarvis. What's his face? Ultron.
Yeah. So I'm curious what they'll do with that subplot of Curly, because that's like another subplot on top of all the other plots that you were mentioning, and I could see why it's hard to juggle all that stuff.
Yeah,
it makes me concerned. I'm like, can you balance that in 8 episodes?
Yeah, I'm focused on certain things, and I'm like, then it's like, bam, we got this too. Do you like this? And I'm like, I do, but like, what about that? It's just so much.
What about the Xenomorph that got his head cut off by Wendy?
That I kind of just rolled over it because I expected her to beat it. But I kind of would have liked to see how. I mean, she had the sword, but it's like, how did you best this alien in a dark elevator shaft looking space? And you didn't even know what you were doing, because I think Joe asked her, he's like, what are you doing? She's like, I don't know, just drag it in here. And that was her being like, like just a random kid, fearless.
Yeah.
Because she knows what she is, but also just not having the proper tools or understanding of what this alien is. Her focus always, it doesn't, even after that, it's just Joe. Finding my brother Joe, that's it. Protecting him, keeping him alive, because I know this is dangerous.
Yeah.
So that's all she had going for her, but I would have liked to have seen the struggle maybe. They could have done, I don't know, some flashing lights in there, give us bits and pieces, but... The door opened and the head was spliced off, and then she was busting the head, and then that was it. And I was like, okay.
So you didn't like that very much.
I feel like it could have been done better. It wasn't the worst thing. I'm like, okay, I expected her to win because she's the main character. You can't have her be broken.
Can't be broken up dead.
I mean, they're gonna fix her because she did get hit in the head pretty hard by.
That's what made me curious. That's what I feel the opposite. I like that we didn't get to see the full fight in the elevator shaft or the garage, because I feel like we saw enough of the struggle with Wendy pulling Joe out of that trap that the alien had set up. A lot of that was like already just enough of a fight, especially Wendy dragging the Xenomorph. Like, I've never seen an encounter like that before. And then the alien is trying to like whip the tail against her, and it's not working. It's not reaching her. And then hiding the rest of it and not seeing how the alien got killed, I feel like it just helps further tease what Wendy is capable of. And I feel like eventually we'll be able to see what she's fully capable of. And I feel like I saw like a lot of fans getting really angry about not seeing the full fight in like the garage. And I'm just like, guys, the main focus isn't the Xenomorph. In case you haven't noticed, in 3 episodes, we've mostly spent time with Wendy and all the side characters. Like, this show is, yes, it's called Alien, but they're doing other things around the alien. That's like the main focus.
Yeah.
And I think not showing how the alien got decapitated, I feel like just further emphasizes how special Wendy is. And I think we'll clearly see more of that in action later on, because we got 5 more episodes left. There's a bunch of aliens that I know they're gonna wreak some sort of fucking havoc in that lab, and I think that's when we'll actually get to see Wendy in full force. But I love that we didn't get to see what was happening, because it just built up the tension. You see banging up against the gate, Joe's screaming his head off trying to open the damn door, and you see that she does get injured. Like, there's like that nasty milk stuff. We see that she was capable of killing the thing, but it was not easy at all. She got knocked the hell out, and she had to get rebooted. So she could easily lose her life as well.
Which is probably something she's going to realize, because I remember with the kids and telling them what was going to happen, how they were going to be better. She was just selling it like, oh, we're strong, we're going to live forever. Like, is this going to be a moment for her where she's just like, I almost died?
I'm not invincible. Because this thing did not exist just a day ago.
Exactly, because I felt like she was really going around like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go get my brother, it's gonna be great, we're gonna be reunited, I just need to make sure he's not like us, so he'll die. Then I'm like, so can you
it raises the stakes.
I don't know if you want to call it dying, but I would call it dying for her.
Because she's still existing, she still has a consciousness, she still has all her human memories. So she'll maybe not be physically dead, but like metaphysically, like if you want to say spiritually, mentally, she'd be gone.
Yeah.
So unless they have like a backup drive of her memories, which I'm sure
I don't feel like that's her anymore at that point.
Yeah.
That's not. I
You start diluting the person.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's. Would she be able to learn anew and develop like a human still if they had a backup?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to get into because then I'm
no,
thinking
these are all
I'm
questions
going back to like Mickey 17, which is like totally different story and rules and stuff. But
there's connections.
Every time he printed, was it the same Mickey?
There's always variations in the personality. Yeah.
So then that's what I'm thinking too. But that we're going bearing. So
who knows? Maybe we'll get some hints of that further in the season, or if there's like a season 2. That'd be interesting because I'm curious. Like, do they even have backup copies of these people's personalities? I can only imagine that they would, so that they don't lose. Yeah, so that they can have that backup, so that in case the bodies are destroyed, they can speed up the process of doing the transition and not find new humans who are dying. So I don't know, but I personally liked not seeing how the alien got killed, and also. We got a bunch of eggs. We have a bunch of other aliens. Like, it's not going to be the only xenomorph we deal with.
Yeah.
And we've seen xenomorphs die before. We just know that it's extremely difficult to get rid of just one. And then we learn that, again, she's having these weird connections to the alien eggs where she can hear whenever there's pain being experienced by, like, the face hugger that they're experimenting on.
Yeah.
No idea what the hell. I feel like they're just adding new powers to this woman, like, every episode.
Yeah,
I think it's
really follow that.
I think it's connected to the fact that she can manipulate technology and be able to communicate through like robots and computers. There's like an empathy type of ability that I feel like this.
I don't know how I feel about that. That's weird.
I don't know either. That's why I want to get more hard facts on like how this ability works. Just the fact that they don't even know how or why Wendy is able to like manipulate cameras and robots when she needs to.
That makes a little bit more sense. Like, I'm pretty sure they'll come up with something.
Yeah, it's like some hacker man shit. But then like hearing the aliens and feeling their pain, that I don't know if those two things are connected. I feel like they might be, but like you said, they seem very separate functions. So I don't know how I feel about that either. But I think, again, that connects to what I think I was saying about the scorpion scene. I think they're building her empathy for these creatures.
Yeah.
I could be totally wrong, but I feel like that's the path that they're headed towards. Because I can't imagine she'd stand around for more experiments while it literally, like, affects her brain. Like, it's literally hurting the shit out of her. So any other final thoughts on the first 3 episodes of this awesome show that you're clearly paying attention to?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch the show. This sounds really interesting. This sounds like a really good show. I think I might like it.
I can't get over. She sat through every single episode with me so far, guys.
I'm sorry.
Well, at least you had enough thoughts about it for someone that is like in and out of the show, so that's really good.
I know what I didn't like. Right? No, I mean, I'll be there when you're there, and No, we'll be there. I'm gonna be there, guys. I'll be there. No, I like it. I'm hoping it picks up for me because I'm not on the level you are of enjoyment.
And I kind of expected that, honestly. Because for the type of show that it was like being described, I'm like, I don't think Jess would be into this just because there isn't enough momentum. Like it's like taking a movie and stretching it out into 8 episodes. There's gonna be a lot of just nothing but talking and exposition and getting us re-familiar with this part of the world. This show is like an experiment. We've never had a TV show before. We've never had an alien story that's stretched out over like something like 8 hours long. It's always like a tight, concise movie of we have this very specific goal. We need to get to it and we need to survive while we get to that. This is doing something totally different. And I feel like for the most part, I think it's working for me, but I see the challenges with it too. Like you have to be patient with it. You can't be on your phone for this. Like that's what I noticed. Like sometimes I have this bad habit of being on my phone, like playing Words with Friends or some shit. Yes, I still do that. I'm that much of a millennial. But like as soon as I do that, I'll miss a piece of dialogue, a movement of a character, just something in the frame that is telling you part of a story. And you have to really, it's like reading a book. I feel like I'm watching a book. It's not like watching The Pit where like there's not super intricate details you have to pay attention to. You can still like kind of be on your phone while you're watching, but you really should be watching regardless.
The Pit. Season 2.
I'm excited for that.
I know.
Yes. Yeah, I just feel like this show is really dense. I think that's the main challenge for audiences. Is like it's a dense thing. You have to like really focus on it. I think if you're not nerdy about the Alien universe, it'll be harder to connect to, which makes sense. You're not like a huge fan of it. You just got into like the world with some of the movies. I'm like a huge like lore nerd about it, even though there's like a lot of inconsistencies because so many writers do different things. Yeah. But when I was playing Alien Isolation, I was reading like computer logs of what was happening with these fictional companies absorbing each other and then workers getting fucked over. Like, I'm at that level, and that's why I'm finding this story really fascinating. A lot of people were nervous about Alien taking place on Earth, specifically 2 years before the Ellen Ripley story. That's the only way that you should tell a story for a prequel that would make the first movie make sense. In the first movie, the company seems to know about this alien, otherwise they wouldn't tell the robot to bring back this alien.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, how the hell did you know there was an alien out there to retrieve if you didn't have previous knowledge of it?
Yeah.
And this show is kind of doing that, but it's like being its own thing. It's its own pocket, making its own rules. And I think that's when the movies and shows are their best, is when they're not shackled to previous like entries of movies and stuff. They make their own rules. They make their own stories. I'm really excited to see how this show continues. I hope it can keep up the momentum. I hope it doesn't get bad. I'll be really butthurt and heartbroken if I start disliking this show for whatever reason. Guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of the show so far? Are you liking what you're seeing? Are you not liking what you're seeing? Let us know all your questions, your theories, all your ideas. Push back on us. And so that we cannot be bored like Boy Cavalier. We want a challenge as well. Yeah, let us know what you guys are watching as well, too, because we're on the lookout for more shows, more movies.
We'll be watching Peacemaker.
We'll be discussing that. I can't wait for that as well.
I watched that. I know what happens there.
Make sure to like this video, share it with your friends. Share it with your aliens, your coworkers, and your cyborgs with human existential crises. And make sure to hit notification bells as well. Do all that good stuff to push us in the algorithm gods. Thank you. Yes. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.